Hey guys, how you doing? It's Alessio. I want to give you an update and some great news about the mother of all bubbles, which is slowly bursting and yes, it's crashing. What am I talking about? I am of course referring to the London property market, which according to the Guardian newspaper just published this month, UK house prices fall sharply in September amid Brexit wariness. And according to the Guardian, this is what they say, that the drop is fastest in 6 months, as the number of homes for sale in 2018 dips to a decade low. And a more recent article in The Guardian says that 1 in 3 chance of London house price crash, says expert poll. And what they're saying is that international buyers are put off by Brexit uncertainty. And this could drive prices down by 1.6% by next year. Now, I think that actually is being very kind. I think that the drop will be far more greater than 1.6%. But again, we'll talk about that soon. But here's the thing, guys. I've been predicting that this crash in the property market would happen. In fact, back 5 months ago in April when I posted this video. Back in April, I said, look, the mother of all bubbles could collapse soon. And of course, I was referring to the London property market. Take a look at this. This was the chart I showed you back in April. And according to some research from UBS, they found that several cities in the world are at risk of being in bubble territory. Now, these cities are, for example, Toronto, Stockholm, Munich, Vancouver, Sydney, and of course, the city I live in, which is London. And of course, we've seen that the bubble is finally bursting in London and property prices are crashing. In fact, let me show you this. This is the chart of Savills, which is one of the major real estate firms here in the UK. So if you really want to know what's happening to the property market, what is the state and health of the market, real estate market in the UK and in London, you want to be looking at this chart. Look at this. I mean, back in April when I posted my video, as you can see here, and I said back in April that Savills has very likely topped here near the 1,000 level mark. And you can see since back in April, it has crashed exactly as we'd expected. Look at it. I mean, that's a 25% drop in Savills. Take a look also at the chart of Foxtons. Foxtons also a major real estate firm here in the UK. Look at that. Bloodbath continues. And also keep your eye on a developer called Barratt's. Look at that. Barratt's. I mean, that is an absolutely terrible chart. And you can see what's happened there. After this slow recovery, you can see that. Look at that. Major drop, major crash down here in Barratt's. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye on this as well. So there are several things here that are causing panic and, of course, uncertainty here in the UK, as I'm sure you probably already know. One of them, of course, being Brexit. The fact is that people just don't know what is going to happen in the UK, what kind of deal the UK is going to get. Is it going to be no deal? Is it going to be a soft landing? Something like that. Honestly, nobody has a clue. And you know what? Investors, who can blame them? They're not going to sit around and find out what's going to happen here in the UK. So they're moving somewhere else. And let me just say this, back in April, I myself was looking at properties. I want to see what the general trend of the property market was. So back then in April, I was looking at one of my favorite areas of London, which is Blackheath. By the way, if you're not familiar with Blackheath, it's one of the most beautiful and really one of the most wonderful areas of London. And I'm looking to buy here in Blackheath, hopefully when the crash gathers more momentum. Now, back in April, I priced a property, a flat, here in Blackheath, and it was priced at £450,000. Just this week, I got a telephone call from the same real estate agent, and they told me the same property I looked at, the same flat, is now being priced at £375,000. So drop from 450 to 375. That's a major drop, guys. So what's happening is that sellers are beginning to realize, hey, you know what? We've got to wake up and smell the coffee here. We cannot expect this bubble to continue growing. So I'm glad that this bubble is finally crashing. I'm glad that property prices are finally dropping. So yes, guys, I think we just have to be patient and logical. And I think very soon we could see those bargains happening here in London and also other cities around the world too.